Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to be bringing you DIYs using small electronic boxes. And I'm doing this voiceover outside, so you're going to hear some birds and some other stuff. So let's get started with DIY number one. So for this one, we're going to use this Dollar Tree blank sign here. These are pretty cool. And I'm going to take off the hanger because we want to hang it in the opposite direction. So we're going to put it back on. So we just need to put it on the other side, the other end. So I'm just going to use my staple gun. I'm going to put 2 staples on each side in that jute that the beads are strung on. And now I have this vinyl from the Dollar Tree and my phone box. So I believe this is the bottom of the box, and I put some packing foam in it because we're going to put flowers in it. But first of all, I want to wrap it with this gingham vinyl from the Dollar Tree. I'm not going to put the vinyl around the back of it because we're going to be gluing that side to the sign. I'm just going to put the vinyl on the front and the sides. Now, I like doing these boxes because they're pretty sturdy, and I really did not want to throw them away. I have used the foam boxes in previous DIYs, and they do hold up very well. So if you have a foam box, and mine is one of the Galaxy ones, but I think the iPhones are probably about the same. Just going to cut off the excess vinyl, and then the other ends I'm going to lay down on the box. And now I'm going to cover the bottom of the box because you will see it because this will be hanging on the wall. And I wanted it to be finished. It is a beautiful day today here in Central Texas. It is 78 degrees, slight breeze, and it's just wonderful. Wonderful. That's why I'm outside. You can hear the dove and the other birdies. Oh, in case you're wondering, there's nothing in my description box except for my support my channel by buy me a coffee, and my Facebook link is because I am no longer an associate with Amazon. Now I'm going to use this wood glue that you get from Dollar Tree and some hot glue to add this box onto the sign. And I'm not putting the glues in the same area because they would cancel each other out. You want to make sure that your checked side of your box is out front and you're gluing down the white side. Now I'm going to cut down some of this, what do you call it? Spanish moss. Now I picked mine off of the ground in Florida last year. I still have some left. Can't believe it. And then I'm just going to use the wood glue to hold it onto my foam that's in the box. Now I'm just going to take my moss and put it on top of that glue. So I went ahead and cut the moss, and I needed 4 sections to complete this. And I have these flower bundles that I got from Hobby Lobby after Thanksgiving. They were 90% off. So I paid very little for these, and I'm just taking them apart, stem by stem. So I just paid less than $1 for each little bundle. I want to say it was probably 69 cents. So I'm just going to leave this in here in regular time so you can see how I apply my flowers to my piece here. I am in no way a flower arranger. I just, put the flowers in there and put them in a way that I think looks nice. I am folding down some of the stems and then putting that folded into the foam. So if you have any packaging foam, you might want to save that and use it instead of floral foam. It can get a little messy if you have to cut it apart. The little balls go everywhere. And I think these flowers aren't just for fall. I like the way they are. I mean, you got the white and the green. There's a little bit of brown and some like a tannish yellow or whatever it is. I think they look very nice. I use them in a lot of my projects. So just sit back, relax, and watch my lack of flower arranging skills. Wow, it's so quiet right now. The birds stopped singing. The kids are still making noise, but the birds are silent. Interesting. But 78 degrees is like, yeah, my kind of weather outside. I love it. The dove are cooing again. I hope the weather stays nice from here on out. I am so tired of cold. Not that we've had a lot, because we really haven't, but I like being warm. How about you? Are you a cold weather person or a warm weather person? Let me know in the comments, because I'm a warm weather person. And I'm not a morning person either. Are you? So I just continue adding my florals wherever I think they should go. Just trimming off the ends as needed, putting the smaller pieces in front and the longer pieces in back. So the first two videos are using the phone box, and the second two videos are using an iPod box. And these boxes are similar in the thickness and the quality. It just seemed like a shame to throw them away. They seem so nice. So if you have any on hand, maybe this will give you some ideas on what you can do with them. Not sure what these little pieces are, but they're kind of cute. They're brown and fuzzy, almost like a cattail, only a whole lot smaller and a different shape, almost like a teardrop shape. Maybe they're not even a real plant or whatever. Maybe it's just a made-up one. I don't know. If you know what it is, you can list it in the comments. I'm just continuing to add my florals to my box. If you hang this on your wall, you could probably leave it up all year. To me, it looks kind of springy with the white flowers. Of course, it must be fallish because Hobby Lobby had them in their fall section. So, I don't know. So there it is, looking pretty good. I do mess around with it a little bit more, adding a few pieces here and there. And here is a picture of it hanging on my wall. I think it's very pretty. And now on with DIY and number 2. So this is the other half of that phone box. And there was writing on the bottom of it. It was a sticker or whatever. I tried to get it off. Then I sanded it down a little bit, but it still didn't look good. So I'm just taking some white apple barrel acrylic paint and painting the bottom of it. And now I have this green leaf paper and this cathedral window from the Dollar Tree. It's black, but it's actually that MDF board. So we're going to take the photo holder off, and then we're also going to take off the stand on the back of it. And it does have a ribbon attached to the bottom of it, so I took that off first, and then I took the stand off, which came off pretty easily. And now I'm laying this down on my scrapbooking paper and cutting around it so that it will fit the back of my window. And I'm just going to use this clear Elmer's craft glue. And I had to get this off of Amazon. Actually, they didn't have it in any of the stores. I checked Walmart and Hobby Lobby to no avail. I like the fine tip on it because you have a lot of control, especially in small areas. And there's the paper on the window, and now I'm just taking my finger sander and going around the edges, just getting off that excess paper. There it is. Love it, love it, love it. And now I'm going to attach my phone box onto my window. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and use this clear craft glue from Elmer's and some hot glue. So you want to get your window in the middle portion of your box, and you want to set them both down so they're level with the tabletop, because this will be sitting up. It will be a shelf sitter. Now I'm just going to take this little bud of a flower and I'm going to put it where the hanger used to be. And I have this burlap ribbon. I believe I got it from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to go around the middle portion of the box with it. And I'm putting the glue on the top and the bottom part of the ribbon. Not the center, because that's where all the holes are. And I decided it was a little bit easier to add the glue to the ribbon so that you know exactly where it needs to go than adding it to the box itself. Trying to be very careful not to burn myself with this glue. So I'm just going to cut off the excess and then glue that into the back of the box. Once that is glued down, then we can continue on. So I'm just taking the shred that I got from the store, don't know what store, probably Dollar Tree, like years and years and years ago. It's been in my crafting stash. It's kind of a tannish or off-white looking shred. And I'm just going to lay it in the box. And now I have these two nests and with eggs in them. Got these from Hobby Lobby last year after Easter, 90% off. So if you guys don't know about Hobby Lobby's 90% sale, after every season, once they mark it down to 75, then they'll eventually mark it down to 90%, and you need to go get you some, because that's when I stock up. So that first nest was just a little bit too big, so I'm going to use the other nest. And I'm going to put my hot glue on the bottom of the nest so that it could then sit on the paper shred. So this could be a spring design, and I'm putting some hot glue on the edge of the box. Or it could be an Easter design. I mean, you can keep this up for more than Easter and probably more than spring. And now I'm going to add some of these longer pieces of florals that we had left over from our previous DIY to the ends of the back of the box. One on either side. One's a little bit longer than the other, and that's fine with me. And now I decide that I want to add another little flower to that center piece there where we took off the clip for the photo. So now we have two little flowers there, and then I'm just making a little jute bow that I'm going to put right on top of those flowers. So it's just a little shoestring bow. I'm going to trim down the ends of the jute. Put some hot glue on it and glue that right on the flowers, you know, on the stem part. And that's it for this one. Isn't that cute? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Literally sweet. Now on to DIY number 3. Now, as I said before, DIY 3 and 4, we're going to be using this earbud box. So I'm going to use the bottom of the box first. And since the bottom has writing on it, I'm going to use this Dollar Tree vinyl to cover that up. And it's just holographic vinyl. So I just laid the bottom of my box on there and traced around it, and then I'm cutting it with my scissors. Gonna add that to the bottom of my box. So I just revealed a little bit of the vinyl there to put it on, and then I'll pull off more of the backing as I apply it to the bottom of the box. There it is, smoothing it out. It looks very pretty. Okay, now what I have is one of these arrows from the Dollar Tree. So it's one of those pieces of wood, and I'm just removing the jute hanger. And I'm going to be using the black and white checked vinyl from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to lay my wood piece on top, on the bottom side of the vinyl where the carrier sheet is. I'm going to trace that with a pencil around my house. Well, I'm saying it's a house. It's an arrow, and then I'm just going to cut that out with my scissors. Once I get that cut out, I'm going to apply it from the top, the point of the arrow down, or the top of the house down. And it works perfectly. And I'm just going to trim up the edges with my scissors. And then I do go in with an X-Acto knife to get the rest of it. Now I have this little milk can, metal milk can from Hobby Lobby, and these rub-ons from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to use a section of the rub-on, so I'm just going to cut those out. Now I did mess these up just a little bit, but it's okay. I'm okay with it. So I'm just going to put these on the front of the milk can, and I'm going to line up that center item that's on the transfers with the center of the can. Once I get that on there where I want it, then I'll just take my little scraper tool there from the Dollar Tree and then just transfer that on to my can. So it did mess up, like I said, in a couple of places, but I'm okay with it. It's not that bad. And there it is. And now we're going to put our box onto our house. So I'm just going to use some wood glue here from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to put a line of it in the middle, and then a line of hot glue above it, and a line of hot glue below it. And then I'll be gluing my box on. And the bottom part of this box was the exact size of this portion of that arrow. And now I have this piece of jute. It has a knot in one end. I think it was the piece that I took off the arrow, and I did cut it down, and I'm putting a knot on the other end. I'm going to fold that in half, and then I'm going to glue it on the back because I want this to be a hanging piece. Now it could also be a shelf sitter. I'll make it so you cannot see the hanger if it is not hung up. I thought I would hang mine in my kitchen since it had a little milk jug on it. And now I have this white paper shred that I'm going to add to my box there. And then I'm going to add some paper shred to my tin. My milk tin, my little milk tin. Now, if I had to do this again, I'm not sure that I would have added that in there because it did make it a little hard to put the florals in. It might have been easier just to put the florals in without the paper shred in there. So I have another bunch of these florals from Hobby Lobby, but this is a big bunch. And again, it was 90% off, but this one was more than 69 cents. It was probably like, I don't know, $1.50, $2, something like that. But there is quite a bit on it. So again, just sit back, relax, and watch me put my flower arranging to this tin. I say that lightly. You're probably cringing if you're a flower arranger. Sorry. If this is your first time watching my video, please put that in the comments so I can say hey to you. And if you're one of my subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you watch my videos on a regular basis, I totally appreciate it. And if y'all like what you see, give me a thumbs up, please. And if you know of anyone else that would like to see these types of videos, please feel free to share my videos with anyone that you think would like to see them. Now I'm going to start to cut down some of these longer ones I have, and I'll put them in the front, the pieces that I cut off. They were just a little bit too tall. It's not the best job, but it looks okay to me. I hope you like it too. It's so nice to be outside here, just watching the birdies flying around, hearing their chirps and their coos. It's just a perfect day. So I do decide to add a few more pieces to it. And there it is. I'm done. Yay. And there it is hanging on my wall. Or I don't know if that's hanging on my wall or not. It might be. And now on to our last DIY, number 4. So we're going to do something a little bit different with this one. Although this first part is just like the other one, where I am going to cover up the bottom of the box with this holographic vinyl from the Dollar Tree. And this time I just put the bottom of the box onto the vinyl after I pulled the backing sheet back. And then I used my X-Acto knife to cut the vinyl. I should have done it this way on the other one, but actually the other one turned out pretty good. So once I have it on there, I did notice I have a few bubbles. So I'm going to have to get those out. So I just lift it up and then rub the vinyl down. And that takes care of it. It wasn't difficult to get it up. It didn't pull any of the box with it or anything like that. And there it is, all smooth. And now we have these wood pieces that I got from Hobby Lobby. This was after Christmas, 75% off. And I'm just using my heat gun to loosen the glue to get this piece of fabric off. I think it's felt. I would have left it on, but it was not going around the box correctly. So I had to do these individually. Now there is a lot of glue left on these wood pieces, so I did take my X-Acto knife and scrape some of that glue off. And I realized me holding it like this probably was not the smartest thing to do, but as you can see, I do turn it around and do it a bit the safer way. So I don't get all the glue off, but I do get quite a bit of it. Now I'm just taking this wood glue here and I'm putting a line of it on the bottom of the box and then 2 lines of the hot glue on the top of the box. Afterwards, I probably should have put the wood glue in the center and then a line of hot glue on either side. And now I'm just adding 4 pieces of the wood, and I'm going to put 4 pieces on each side of the box, just like that. And we'll continue on to the next side. And I do sit the box down as I'm putting the wood pieces on so that it's all even. The wood pieces and the box itself, the bottom of the box is even. There's the two sides looking nice. I'm liking it. Now we'll do the third side. Again, it would be best to put your wood glue in the middle portion there and then put the hot glue at the top and the bottom instead of what I'm doing right here. I mean, it still worked. I'm not going to say it didn't work because it did. Now, I was going to do the next side, but unfortunately, my hot glue gun lost its battery power, so I had to charge my battery. So we're going to go on to the tumbling tower blocks. Now I'm using my wood glue just to put two of these blocks together side by side. And we're going to do 4 sets of these. These are going to be our legs. You want to make sure they're all about the same size because you don't want your legs to be, you know, wobbly. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter because we're doing them sideways. So we're going to put our last 4 pieces of wood on our box. And I didn't have to, there was writing around this box around the sides, but I didn't have to put anything on it because the wood covered it up and you didn't see it. So that was fine. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So now what I'm going to do is take my tumbling tower blocks and I'm going to glue those onto the bottom for legs. And I'm going to lay them down. So I'm just going to center them on each side. And I'm using a line of hot glue and a line of wood glue on each one. So you can see that. I'm not doing them end to make it taller. I'm just making it a little bit taller by laying the blocks down. So it's 2 blocks high. There it is. And now we're going to take this jute that I have here. Not sure where I got it. Could be Dollar Tree, could be Hobby Lobby, could be Walmart. But anyway, it's just some regular jute cord on the thin side. And I'm just going to decide which side I want to be the front. And once I figure that out, I'm going to leave a piece of the end of the string hanging there in the front. And then I'm going to wrap the rest of it about 4 times around. Once I get it wrapped as many times as I want, then I'm going to cut off the excess. And I'll be tying a knot. And you want to make your knot pretty tight. And now I'm just going to trim off these ends. I do leave a little bit on there, as you can see. And now I'm going to make a bow. So I'm just going to take my 4 fingers, spread them out a little bit, and then wrap my jute around it 10 times. And I have the end of my jute down towards the bottom of my hand. So when I finish wrapping, I want that end at the top of my hand. So I'll have one end on one side and the other end on the other side. And then a piece of the jute that I cut off of the piece we tied around the wood box, I'm just going to take that and tie it around my wrapped jute, and that's going to make a bow. And I'm going to tie it tight in a knot. And then I'm just going to leave the ends. So I have 4 ends. And then we have the 2 ends on the box itself. So that one end kind of wants to stick up. I'm just going to hold it down, and I'm going to add a blob of glue, hot glue. And I do get a little too much glue. Well, okay, a lot too much glue. I got kind of carried away. So I'm just taking this spatula thingy for makeup, and I'm just getting off some of the excess glue. And once I get that done, this project is complete. But we're going to add a candle to it, so I wanted to show you what it looked like with the candle. Just checking it to make sure that everything is glued down. Seems to be pretty good. So now I have my wood wick candle. Just going to put that in there, take the lid off so you can see it. And there it is. So let me know what you think about these projects. And let me know which of the 4 of these is your favorite. In the comments, let me know. And again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts. And if you like what you see here, please give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to share my videos, please feel free to do so. And I would love to have some more subscribers. And I appreciate each and every one who watches my videos. Thank you so much.